Hello everyone, Mark here, Mark's Max Muscle, and this is your Sunday fan request. Phil Heath versus William Bonac, both at the 2020 Mr. Olympia event. Of course, Phil placed third here, and Bonac ended up in fifth, even though most people would agree it should have been Phil and Bonac vying for that fourth place position, and Hattie Shupin probably should have landed in third, if not higher. But anyway, this is the matchup. Phil Heath, he has qualities about him here where he would be normally just destroying everybody else in the lineup. And that is the quality of the muscles in the arms, biceps, triceps, muscle separation, muscle maturity. Just fantastic. But William Bonac, he is also an award winner in that area. The muscle separation of the biceps, wow, world class. Now, if you're going to get nitpicky about this one, Phil doesn't have that gap between his bicep and forearm, and Bonac, I guess, does. Bonac's winning in the midsection, I'll tell you that much. And with all due respect to Phil Heath, of course, he had surgery on his midsection. But hey, guys, if it's something that we see, we have to, we have to say William Bonac has a better midsection. So William is winning this one, in my opinion, because of the midsection. But aside from that, Phil Heath is winning it. So take your pick, I guess. Front lat spread. And again, I hate to point to the midsection, but Bonac winning in that area, and maybe a better V-taper as well. Phil Heath, he's at a longer structure. He has a longer structure, a skeletal makeup, I guess you could say, than William Bonac. But Bonac is wide. He's very wide for a shorter guy. He's tremendous here in this pose. Well, in this comparison, that is. I mean, throw a Big Rammy in this one, or a Brandon Curry even, and I'm sure these guys would both be losing. But here, William Bonac might look a little bit better. Of course, at the end of the day, Phil Heath probably just as conditioned and much bigger as well, so it's debatable. Side chest development. Now, this is the first one that I can honestly say Phil Heath is getting an advantage. But then when you really look at that muscle separation, William Bonac, he is hard as a stone here, grainy. Phil, of course, he has the chest. That is being displayed, and that is what I look for in a side chest development. Kudos to Bonac. Look at the calves on this little man. He's dwarfing Phil Heath in that area, for sure. Hey, guys, I got a question for you. How old was Phil Heath at the 2020 Mr. Olympia event? That's a trick question. He aged during the event. Side tricep. I apologize, guys. It's Sunday. Side tricep. And this is another one for Phil Heath. So, I don't know, guys. The midsection looks pretty darn good here. And I hate to always focus in on that area. But hey, if it's a sport, and trust me, guys, I sort of know what it's like. I mean, I used to do pro wrestling, and I actually broke my thumb. It was a severe break, like a terrible break. I had to get metal pins put in it, things of that nature. And when I returned to the ring, guys, it just wasn't going to happen. I was scared of breaking it again. It just never got back to the point that I was. And Phil Heath, he'll never get back to that point, but in these side shots, both of them, he looks tremendous, even in the midsection. Turn around, and William Bonac, look at the legs, look at the lower body on him. Not too many people can say that they're beating Phil Heath in the lower half, especially from behind. Phil Heath known for a tremendous set of glutes, but look at William Bonac's. Wow. Looks like a monster truck tire cut in half and then placed on someone's hips, used for a buttocks. Just tremendous. And the calves, look at the calves on Bonac. Wow, both guys. William Bonac, a smaller structure again, but probably just as much muscle as Phil Heath here. Go to the rear double bi. I'm kind of leaning towards Bonac, maybe in both back shots. Of course, the rear double bi looks pretty good for Phil Heath as well. Lower lat insertions, maybe even more prominent than that of William Bonac. But Bonac, guys, look at the glutes on this man. Look at the calves on this man and the hamstrings. Tremendous. At the end of the day, and at the end of all the poses, you have to say, though, and it's worth to mention, Phil Heath, a lot bigger. A lot bigger. Here's another trick question. Who's winning this one? Is it Phil Heath His midsection, kind of round, like a basketball, with all due respect. And then you get William Bonac. Not the most aesthetically pleasing ab and thigh of all time. And hey guys, I understand. This sounds pretty cruel, sounds pretty mean. But at the end of the day, these guys are stepping up on the stage, saying that they have the most fantastic physiques in the world. They're going in for the best physique of all time, or in the world of that year. And we have to tell them why they didn't win. And it's the midsection of Phil Heath. And it's a pose like this that really hurts William Bonac as well. Finish this one off with a couple of most musculars, beginning with this one here. And what can I say, guys? If your mother taught you not to say anything, if you can't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Well, that's not how commentary works. I mean, Sean Ray. Look at Sean Ray. I think he's a good commentator. I mean, he picks out people's foibles. I mean, who do you want? Somebody that's going to say, oh, look, he looks fantastic. He looks fantastic. Oh, look at this guy. Looks good. He looks good. He looks good. No, you got to really say what's wrong with the guys. What's right with the guy? Phil Heath, he's tremendous. Look at the muscles on him. Muscle separation, vascularity. He's massive. But you can't ignore the midsection. Crab position, most muscular. Phil Heath, he's probably winning. I don't want to say both most musculars. William Bonac, he was no Serge Nabray. He was no Sean Ray. Sean Ray. He was no Lee Priest in the abs in that previous pose. So, it's a close one, guys. It's honestly a close one, and it is debatable. It is debatable for sure. I mean, Phil Heath, the part that hurt him the most was the midsection, and let's face it, guys. Like I just got done saying, William Bonac, he is no Lee Priest in the midsection. Phil Heath, 2020 Mr. Olympia event. I'm gonna nudge him ahead as the winner, guys, and I know I might get some hard feelings about this, but at the end of the day, he was probably just as conditioned, maybe even more so in certain areas. And he was so much bigger than Bonac. The only real part that hurt Phil Heath was his midsection. And like I said, Bonac, he wasn't really putting Phil Heath to shame in that area. So I guess by default, Phil Heath wins this one. Hit thumbs up on the video, guys. That is your Sunday fan request. Thank you for the gentleman that requested it. Subscribe to the channel. Have a fantastic day.